What's up? What's up? What's up, man? Welcome back to another segment of Nom's News, where I bring you the most up-to-date crypto and NFT news because I care about you, man. But let's jump right into it today. Yes, we will be talking about Coinbase, Tesla, Voyager, the FBI, and someone that we would like to call the scam queen. Yeah, scam queen. Some of this news is new news, some of this news is old news, but I'm gonna make sure you got it anyway. Let's jump into it. First thing we're gonna talk about today, man, first thing is Tesla. I wanna jump into the fact that Tesla has sold 75% of its Bitcoin holdings. 75%, yes, they may be giving up on Bitcoin, guys. Don't take my word for it. Don't shoot the messenger. But that 75% equates to $936 million. $936 million, yes. So that is what they have cashed out on an initial investment, just in case you were wondering, on an initial investment of $1.5 billion. So that means they put in $1.5 billion, and as of late, they just took out $936. You get what I'm saying? Doesn't show huge favor for Bitcoin, but guess what? Tesla has a lot of things in the works, I should say. You know, so let's see what they do with money. Let's see what they need the capital for, because the capital may be needed, especially with everything that's going on in Bitcoin, crypto space, and the stock market itself. In the market itself. You know what I'm saying? But you want to remember that because in 2021, Tesla went big on Bitcoin. It is now 2022. And that holding has changed. The amount of money they've put in has changed. But wouldn't we expect it to? You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're paying attention to this. That's why I bring it to your attention. I want you guys paying attention to little stuff like that. Why would Tesla be taking their money out Bitcoin right now? Is Bitcoin really the save all that people talk about, that Bitcoin maxis talk about? We don't know. We don't know, and I'm not here to judge. But what I will do is I want to bring it to your attention so that you're paying attention, man. So make sure you look into Tesla and its $936 million endeavors. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Next thing I want to talk about is Coinbase. Coinbase and three of its, a manager, his brother, and a friend, all three were employees of Coinbase, have been convicted of insider trading. So that's the second piece of news we're going to talk about. Insider trading at Coinbase. It's crazy. It's crazy to even think about, but that's why we tell you, be careful putting your money on these exchanges. Be careful trusting these exchanges because they're fully centralized. These are not decentralized exchanges. So you have to be aware of what's going on. You have to be aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it. And then things will really start to fall in line for you. Things will really start to make sense. But until then, let's jump into it. Manager and two others charged with wire fraud in connection with a scheme to commit insider trading. Now, New York is not playing about fraud, folks. If you think you're a crypto fraud artist New York is not playing. They've already said fraud is fraud no matter where it happens, whether it happens in the Web 3 space, Web 2 space, or in real life, fraud is fraud. You know what I'm saying? You gonna use insider knowledge to get a one step up or one step above me? Motherfucker, fuck you. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's not how you have to feel. I'm bringing you this information so you can pay attention. Don't trust Coinbase because you've seen all these Coinbase commercials and whatnot. Make sure your money is in the right place if you use Coinbase. I personally do not use Coinbase. But if you do, make sure that you're checking on your money, and you may want to begin to look into hardware wallets. just to know that your money is your money. If you do not own the keys, that is not your money. You hear me talking about it all the time. You hear me talking about it all the fucking time. A lot of people still don't get it though. They think they're safe because they downloaded some app out the app store and everybody uses it. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? But the 3 that were found guilty, first is Ishan, what? Washi? Former product manager, his brother, Nikhil Wahi. So their last name is Wahi or Washi. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. And a friend, Samir Rahmani. Now, the 2 brothers have been found already. The 2 brothers have been found and arrested, but Samir, Mr. Rahmani, he's still in the wind. He's still a fugitive. So, we'll be looking for news on that in the next upcoming days. But I want to bring it to your attention. That way you know you cannot trust everything you see. You cannot trust everything you hear. And that is why I bring you the information so that you can continue to do your research. Because I give a fuck about you. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it because nobody wants to. You know what I'm saying? But let's jump into our next piece of news. The fucking FBI. Since we're talking about fraud and Coinbase, we might as well jump right into the FBI. The FBI is hunting the crypto queen. I know you guys heard about it. I know you've seen it on Instagram or Twitter or in the crypto space somewhere. If you're involved in the crypto space, I know you've heard about this. It is a Bulgarian woman that is believed to be in her mid-40s and wanted for running a crypto scam with one coin that was estimated to get about $14 billion. Now, I want to make sure I'm reading this correctly. Give me a second. Estimated at $4 billion. I'm sorry. So, she's wanted in connection to running the crypto scam. If you were familiar with OneCoin, I'm not familiar with OneCoin. I don't know exactly what it was. But if you're familiar with OneCoin, this is who was behind it. This Bulgarian woman that the FBI is on the hunt for, that is still at large. This is who's behind it. And they're trying to find her. They want her. But guess what? I brought it to your attention because of the coin, because of the tokenomics behind it. You get what I'm saying? OneCoin. What if you had your money in OneCoin? And then you meet a shithead like this? What happens to you? These are the things I want you to begin to think about, because when you start to build the right mindset in this space, no one, or it becomes very hard. I'm not going to say no one, but it becomes very hard to throw you off your game. That's why I'm giving out this free game. You better soak up as much as you can. Trust me. Or your money is gone. Fuck with it if you want to. I'm gonna keep throwing these hands, nigga, because guess what? Fuck with it if you want to. You know what I'm saying? It's out of my control. You know? But she's been missing since 2017. I'm sorry to even go on that tangent, but she's been missing since 2017. And now we're just looking for her. So she ran off with your money almost, 5 years ago? Almost 6 years ago. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I want you to be aware. I want you to be vigilant. And I want you to be cautious in this crypto space. And that's why I'm telling you about the crypto queen right now. Horrible bitch. You know. But I got some lighter news. I got something that we all should know about. We at least have some former history on it. Radio Shack. We all know something about Radio Shack. Whether you've been in a Radio Shack, whether you were a kid that just used Radio Shack to fucking play around with new phones and things. Radio Shack is now into crypto. Radio Shack is now a crypto company. And what do we talk about all the time? Real world adoption, mass adoption, folks. Because you have to pay attention to all these companies getting involved. I say it almost every fucking video. All these companies are not getting involved for no reason. They're not doing it as a little safety net. They're not doing it as a, oh, well, if this blows up, then we'll have some. It's not why they're doing it. These are strategic moves. They're trying to put themselves in position, and I'm trying to help you gain position. This is chess, not checkers, folks. If you're playing checkers, you need to go back and do your research. You need to go back to one of my first videos. Do your research. Because by now, you should be at least learning how to play chess. It's real deal Holyfield, man. Know what I'm saying? And I'm going for the knockout. But Radio Shack is now a crypto company. This is huge. This is huge. This is huge. So I want you to keep that in the forefront of your mind. Start to think about all the companies you know of that are getting into crypto. Start to build a picture of what's going on around you, and I promise you will see it clearly. But the last thing we're going to talk about is a fucking another exchange. Another exchange that's fucking people out of their money. Voyager. Yeah, Voyager. You're fucking people out of their money, dog. A couple weeks ago, Voyager decided to suspend all trading and deposits and withdrawals. Excuse me. That means the fucking exchange is useless. That means if you had money in the exchange, it's useless. That means if you're thinking about putting money in the exchange, it's useless. That means if you want to get your money off the exchange, it's pointless. It doesn't make sense that we keep having to suffer these things, but we will continue to suffer these things until we're all able to protect ourselves adequately. Or there is some type of regulation in place like they're fucking going for. Like I said, I'm not against regulation. I'm all for proper regulation. Or until there's some regulation in place that protects the fucking consumer adequately. If you don't know what the fuck adequately means, fuck you. Okay? But protect your consumer. That is the most important thing I think we could do in the crypto space. Because if the proper protections are in place, guess what? The space will grow. People will feel more comfortable in the space. The space will be a lot less of the wild, wild west. And a little more organized. And we could use that right now. We could. But Voyager, you're another prime example of why we all need hardware wallets and why we all should take accountability for our own shit. Letting somebody take accountability for your shit is like watching somebody eat and hoping it fill your stomach. It does not make sense, my friends. It does not. So I'm bringing this to your attention again. This is the last thing we're going to touch on, but I'm bringing it to your attention. Why? Because I want you to understand that even though these exchanges are big, even though they have mass funding, even though they seem trustworthy, you don't need to put all your eggs into one basket. Now, if you chose to hold a small amount of money on Voyager and it got sucked up, but that's not your whole bag, maybe you can wait it out. Maybe you're in a different predicament than the rest of everybody else that's trapped. But for those of you that are 100% trapped, I hope I can only ask that you learn something from your experience, because that's what this crypto space is. It is a teaching experience, but you have to be willing to learn. You will mess up on your journey. You will screw up down the line. You will have to hurdle a couple walls, but it all is worth it in the long run. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you want to take all this information, be able to do your research, formulate everything you need to know, and make healthy decisions for yourself. Because ultimately, you are searching for financial freedom, my friend. Financial freedom, yes. But with that being said, you know the deal. If you like the content today, man, make sure that you follow on Instagram, follow on Twitter, because that is where you get all the information in real time. That's where you'll get updated before I even make the video. So if you like having your news before everybody else, make sure you follow on those. And for anybody that's watching, for anybody that gets any type of good content from these videos, I appreciate you. You are loved. You are the reason why I do what I do and want to become the educator that I want to become. And on that note, man, this is not financial advice. If you're seeking the help of if you're seeking financial advice, please seek the help of a financial advisor, because they are professionals. I am not. You know what I mean? I'm just a motherfucker that wants to bring you valuable information. I'm just a guy that wants to make sure that somebody's out here looking out for you while you are on your journey, while you're taking your first steps, and even continuing through your journey, even if these aren't your first steps. Let's walk these motherfuckers together, man. And on that note, peace out.